A video has emerged online on what the Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna and the leader of the Linda Mwananchi said in Kisumu during a church service at St. Stephen's Cathedral in Kisumu that angered some of the people who are allied to William Ruto, those who are in broad-base, and that is the reason why they were attacked. According to Edwin Sifuna, he said many things today about unity and also condemned dismantled the strategies that were being laid by the William Ruto's regime to make sure that the communities between the Luos and Luyas, or the Western and the Nyanza, are divided in a way that William Ruto wanted the Luo vote so that they don't come together and be in opposition. But Edwin Sifuna, being a clever person, today said something that sent shockwaves to many people, and that is the reason why they were attacked in Kisumu. It is alleged that the government-sponsored Goons who arrived in St. Stephen's Cathedral, and they were escorted by the police officers, and this brought a lot of hulabaloo in the church and also in Kisumu, where Edwin Sifuna and James Orengo, who were attending that church service, were evacuated into safety. I want you to listen to this video of Edwin Sifuna speaking so much about unity. Then afterwards I'll be back to do today's analysis.
Lakini kwa kawaida mnajua baba akikufa kwa bomu, watu wanaanza kuingia wananyang'anya watoto yake vitu, si ndio? Kuna vitu baba alinipatia yeye mwenyewe in his wisdom, but people have decided ya kwamba watazichukua zote. Na mimi niko tayari kwa sababu bishop amesema Mungu atafanya nini? Atarejesha kila kitu ambaye itachukuliwa, ambaye nilipewa na baba na nilipewa na wananchi wataturudishia, si ndio? Na mimi naamini kwamba huo ndio ukweli ambao upo. Mheshimiwa Governor Orengo, thank you very much for inviting me. We have said that we must remain united. If you ever believed in the things that Baba used to believe in, we must all remain united. Na hatuachani, nyinyi watu wa Nyanza, nyinyi watu wa Western, wale wa Pwani, hata wakijaribu kuleta fitina gani, mimi naomba tubaki pamoja na tutembee safari hiyo, si ndio? Tutabaki pamoja. Mtu asiwadanganye ati kwa sababu ya ile vitu imefanyika hati watu wa Western wanachukia watu wa Nyanza. Haiwezekani. Sisi ile shida tuko nayo ndani ya chama, it is just individuals who are bringing problems to the party. But as a community, we know that you have always stood for justice, you have always stood for what is right, and we believe that we can continue to work together.
Now, that is Edwin Sifuna speaking, and if you heard him so well today, he was so presidential. I mean, the way he was speaking today, how he was addressing issues, it is now, he's becoming a presidential aspirant. But again, I want us to concentrate on what he said today. There are 2 points there that he said. Point number one, he started by speaking about the death of Raila Odinga, and equally talked about him being ousted from ODM as the Secretary General, because ODM recently managed to follow the procedures constitutionally of removing him from the position as a Secretary General. So today is the first time that Edwin Sifuna spoke about his ouster and indicated something that drew a lot of sympathy from Kenyans. You know, in Kenya, a politician can easily draw sympathy from electorates, and that sympathy is what that made President William Ruto in the city today. You know, you remember how the regime of Uhuru Kenyatta used to persecute his deputy, that is the then Deputy President William Ruto. William Ruto equally is trying to do the same, persecuting the opposition, and Edwin Sifuna has maximized on drawing people's sympathy. So today he said that there are some of the properties that Raila Odinga had gifted him when he was alive. So when he died, all those properties are now being demanded by Oburu and Gladys Wanga. But people are asking, why should they take all the things? Because Raila Odinga had seen it wise to gift Edwin Sifuna for his loyalty, and he had stood with Raila Odinga for so long. So Sifuna said is okay. He can leave everything for them, despite the fact that Raila Odinga had entrusted, or rather had gifted him because of what he deemed was right. But now, because he's dead, let them take everything. And equally told the people inside that church that a time will come when Kenyans themselves will gift him something even bigger. That statement alone has a lot of weight. Something bigger. That means he was a kinda asking for the people of Kisumu to support his presidential bid, but indirectly. So what angered the likes of Raymond Omolo, Murkomen, Gladys Wanga, Oburu Oginga is the fact that he talked about unity. Sifuna knows the strategies that William Ruto and the people inside UDA and broad-based are using to make sure that William Ruto gets the Luo Nyanza votes. And they know that Edwin Sifuna was loved by even the Luos themselves because he had stood so much with Raila Odinga. He resonates so well. He speaks fluently. People love him. So today, when he started talking about unity, this thing must have angered these people so much. He talked about the unity between the Luhya and the Luo community. You remember the time when the Vihiga Senator Godfrey Ososi was attacked in Kisumu, was beaten and was hospitalized. Many people criticized the Goons, but the real fear is that there was a strategy behind that, and that conspiracy, they wanted that the Luo community ichukiane na Waluya. Yani Wajaluo Waluya. If they were to succeed to create that disdain between Luos and the Luyas, it would be so easy for President William Ruto to command the Luo vote. But today, Edwin Sifuna dismantled that. He said that they wanted to break the unity between Luos and Luyas, but I'm here to tell you that we will unite Nyanza and Western for ages because we supported one another. Actually, Luyas have been supporting the Luos for the longest time. During the time of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, all the time Raila Odinga was vying, he had Western region as a stronghold. So this is the time Edwin Sifuna invoked the fact that the two communities have come for a long way and there is no single day they are going to split. That thing hit them differently because they wanted Luhya community and the Luo community wachukiane to that extent that hawezi fanya mambo pamoja, hawezi piga kura pamoja. Reason number 2 why they are so much angered because of Edwin Sifuna speaking about unity. They wanted to lock Edwin from ODM strongholds. And we know ODM strongholds, apart from Western, we have we have the Luo community. That is the stronghold of Raila Odinga. We have the Pwani, the coastal region. Yeah. We have still the Western region. Maybe I can use we had the Gusii region. Those 4 regions, in fact, the Northeastern were equally voting for Raila so much. Now, they wanted to block Edwin Sifuna not to access some of these strongholds. That was their main aim. But right now, Edwin Sifuna has said that he wants to unite all the people that Raila Odinga left, the people who were believing in Raila Odinga, the people who believed in the school of thought of Raila Odinga. He wants to unite them. Yeah? So by uniting them, hii sasa inaleta shida kwa Kasongo. Because you remember, alienda pale coastal region, alienda Kakamega na hatutaki kusema mambo ya Western achana nayo. Now, hayo yote amefanyika. They couldn't allow that rally to happen in Luo Nyanza because the rally that happened in Luo Nyanza the other time together with the Babu Wino ilikuwa imeleta shida sana. Ilikuwa imeleta tension in broad-based, ilikuwa imeleta maneno. So they don't want Edwin Sifuna to be accessing all those ODM strongholds because William Ruto is banking so much on ODM strongholds to win the presidency come 2027. He knows that Raila Odinga had his places, had his strongholds, had his people who really believed in him. Therefore, William Ruto, being an intelligent man politically, decided that he will inherit ODM party, he will inherit the strong bases of ODM, but now they know the only person who can disrupt that arrangement is Edwin Sifuna, because he was working with Raila Odinga all the time. He knew who Raila Odinga was talking to, he knew the foot soldiers, he knows the grassroots leaders of ODM who are, who are essential and influential in some regions, and that is their greatest fear. So that is the reason why they brought in Goons together with the police officers to disrupt that event in St. Stephen's Cathedral Church in Kisumu. I don't know what you think. You have your opinion too. You can write in the comment section. I'll be going through everything you write. Perhaps it can form a basis of whatever we're going to talk about in the next video. So if you're new here, consider subscribing, liking and sharing our content. Hit the notification bell so that you can be receiving notifications each and every time we bring you a new content.